Whew. All right. Here we are. Back in the backyard. Yeah. I was gonna do some other stuff today. I broke my tripod. Yeah, so that's a thing. I'm glad this happened at home and not in the wild, because that would have been very upsetting. Anyway, moving on. Today is near Christmas time. That doesn't change anything for me. And today's bottle is another big one. Let's see if I can get that in the shot. The angle sucks. We got Glenmorangie 14 Quinta Ruban. Oh no, wait, that's not the... Oh yeah, it is a Quinta Ruban. I'm an idiot. I'm not reading the label. So anyway, let me see if I can just set that back a little bit more. There we go. Boom. Glenmorangie Quinta Ruban 14 year. I have heard of this stuff, so I've been looking forward to it for a while. Finally pulled the trigger. Here we go. Now, I've been meaning to review the standard Glenmo 10 for quite some time, but not yet. It's like me and Lot 40. I had the Lot 40 cask strength before I ever reviewed the actual Lot 40, and I still haven't had the normal Lot 40. Okay, who knows, maybe I'll get my hands on that smoky cask Lot 40 before I ever actually try the regular stuff. Come on, don't make me take my gloves off. It's gonna make me take my gloves off. Okay, here we go. So I got the old Ginsu fingernails in there. Everything works out. Okay. Boop, 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 boop. And so, let's do a quick reading of the label on the Quinta Ruban. What do we got here? So it says it's finished in bourbon casks and ruby port casks. Familiar with sherry, familiar with wine, and bourbon, and fresh oak, and French oak. Yes, but let's see what we got from the port oak. I don't think I've ever had something labeled specifically with port. Okay. Yeah, that's fruity. Very nice, okay. Cork's just the first part of it. Oh. Wow. Set that down so it doesn't spill. Get the cork back on there. Always cork your bottles. Okay, here we go. Look at that color. Oh, that is red. Oh, yeah. That is just... This is red. This is ruby red. It's, you know, it's beyond amber and gold into just straight red. Yeah. Yeah, look at that. Well, it's kind of golden to hold it up to the light there, but when you can see it right about there, you can see that redness. It's a very red-hued whiskey. Ooh. Slightly chocolatey. Very fruity. Not at all winey. You know, sometimes you get that wine and it's like dry and yeasty, if that makes sense. But this stuff, you know, the wine barrels and whiskey come across kind of dry and yeasty. But this is nice and fruity. Rich, fruity, creamy, chocolatey. The sharpness is there as always. Certainly seems to be on the more citrusy side of things. Yeah, it's definitely lemony. No, it's not boozy, it's not peppery. It's like citrusy, lemon, fruity, chocolatey, creamy. Not a lot of oak. Not a lot of straight oak there. Oh well. Ah, okay. Upon further review, I have discovered the bourbon oak casks. It's a very distinctive aroma. So it might be a second fill. I don't know. It doesn't really come across like a first fill. It's got that pencily vanilla kind of thing going on. When it's like a third fill, it's like pencils and like straight pencils. Second fill is kind of vanilla, pencily. First fill is very vanilla, very bourbony. The deeper they go on the second, third fill, it kind of goes into a pencil zone. This one's slightly pencily, ever so slightly pencily, which I believe the second fill. But that's still it blends in nicely. All right, so what do we got? Chocolatey, fruity, creamy. The bourbon cask is slightly pencily. It brings a nice hint of vanilla in there. Okay. Nose up the ass long enough. Let's give it a lick. Wow. Oh. Whoa. Ah. That was unexpectedly dry and spicy. Wow. Really makes me wonder about the origin of those bourbon casks. Does that taste like a bourbon rye, like a bourbon with rye in it? You know what I mean? 51% corn, and then hit it with the 49% rye, so it's not too sweet. Yeah, that's like a rye bourbon almost, you know? Yeah. That bourbon cask they used, that's a rye heavy bourbon. It's coming through spicy. It's coming through like woo. It's kind of disappointing, to be honest, because all I'm getting is just rye in the cask, rye from the bourbon cask. I'm missing out on fruity creaminess, honey. Dang, you know, this is actually why I was kind of holding off on this stuff. I really wanted to try it, but I was iffy on knowing that it's bourbon casks. And now that I've tried it, yeah. Yeah, they picked some bourbon casks, whatever bourbon that was. It had a healthy dose of rye in there, and, 'cause, you know, this is actually why I was kind of holding off on this stuff. I really wanted to try it, but I was iffy on knowing that it's bourbon casks. And now that I've tried it, yeah. Yeah, they got a, they picked some bourbon casks, whatever bourbon that was. It had a healthy dose of rye in there, and, 'cause, you know, this is actually why I was kind of holding off on this stuff. I really wanted to try it, but Well, it doesn't taste like scotch. It tastes like fucking rye. I'm a little disappointed. Shit. Yeah. It really smacks of rye. And bourbon. Not at all like scotch. And all those notes you would expect. Creamy. And even from a Highlands, like Glenmo. You'd expect a bit of creaminess, a bit of fruitiness. A little bit of smokiness. I'm not getting any of that. I'm honestly disappointed. You know, off camera recently, a friend of mine bought Glenlivet 15 French Oak. Just kaboom! I would have done that, but you know, I like to try new stuff, and I've been wanting to take a swing at the Glenmo 14. Dang. It is not. It's what I was expecting bourbon casks. But I wasn't expecting the bourbon casks to completely erase the profile of the scotch. And yeah, it tastes like corny rye, which is apparently what bourbon is supposed to be. Personally, I don't like bourbon that much, but you know, when you like scotch, and there's a shortage of sherry barrels, you know. Starting to catch a bit of a chill here. Let's see if I can get my hood on. Let's see if I can find the open tie hood. My balaclava and my hood like to get married and not separate sometimes. Yeah, so what else can I say? I mean, the nose is really enticing. There's a lot going on in the nose that tastes like that smells like scotch. But you know, if there's one thing scotch shouldn't be, at least in my experience, in my opinion, my tastes, what I like, I don't like spicy scotch. If I want spice, I'll drink a rye. Like Lot 40 or Dillon's. Alright, well let's try to Yep. Smacks of sweet rye with a hint of something. Hint of wine, hint of... Yeah. This palate, you know, it's kind of disappointing. I mean, at least it's dry. Right? At least it's dry. Yeah, I'm not vibing on this one at all. Not at all. But because I was expecting scotch. Creamy, honey, fruity, slightly smoky Highlands scotch. Which this does not taste like. This tastes very much like sweet rye. And that's why I'm disappointed. because I wanted it to be a Scotch. Dang. Well, they all can't be winners. Well, let's try to just get at it based on the merits of it being tasting like rye. Well, it's dry, semi-sweet, kind of musty. Dang. Yeah, I think my disappointment just comes from, various factors. Oh no. Is that a chip or an air bubble? That better be an air bubble. I've never noticed. This whole journey has just been a big disappointment today. It doesn't hit the mark as a Scotch, and it doesn't hit the mark as a rye flavored Scotch either. In all honesty, for what it's worth, you could take a hard if you really like bourbon, you might want to take a swing at this stuff, but rye or whatever, I don't know, it's a bit of a confusing experience. And for close to $100 at the LCBO, this is not what I wanted. But these are the risks you take when you're exploring and reviewing and trying new things. Well, at the very least, it'll make a good shot, which I don't have right now. I'm still bailing on that making shots a regular part of my reviews, and I think I've said enough about this. We got a good long video here. Dogs are starting to go off. Same dogs. So anyway, I'm gonna call it quits on this one, and I will wish you a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Samhain, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, Ramadan. Is it Ramadan time? I don't know. If you know, just let me know. Damn dogs. So anyway, I'm predominantly Judeo-Christian, so I will wish you a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and everything else. Cheers.